Hey, this is Randall with another coronavirus crash course video. These are the video series that will not make you a great online teacher, but they will help you get started if you in an emergency. So with this video, I'd like to show you how to use a course that's designed in Moodle. So this is not going to teach you, if you're a teacher, it's not going to teach you how to design it all. It will teach you how to use the tools that are here and how to make little changes if you need to. So I want to give this demo with a course that I just finished for some colleagues, middle school art online. So I used the Boost theme. So this might look a little different if you have different themes, and I personalized the background for spring. So the first thing to notice is your menu is on the left side here. So this page on top will take you to the home page. That's what you're looking at here is your home. Participants will list the students that you have in the class, and I won't go down and show names, but you can click here to enroll students or click on their name and see who all's in the classes. Badges is optional. I wouldn't worry about that if you're starting in an emergency. Grades are important. Grades are over here, and if the course has been designed correctly, you'll see the name of a student, and then as you go over, you'll see all the assignments here, and you'll be able to see their grades for the whole course. Now you can modify this if you want to later on, but for a simple one starting out, this is how you see the grades. You can change grades by clicking here, and that will let you edit the grade. Just click on the little pin icon. But there's another way to grade it that's better, and I'll show you that in just a second. These things over here on the side will take you back to the school's website. If your school has a whole Moodle site, that will take you back there. So right now, you want to stay in your class. And so go back to your home page here. Notice at the top here, there's what's called the breadcrumb menu, and this also will take you back to the previous places. Now, with this, it looks kind of crowded right now. This middle part that has the content is a little narrow. So just click on the lines up here, and that will expand that section. Up here is the little gear icon. If you click here and turn editing on, that will let you change everything in the course. So you can change everything if you want. So I'll go ahead and turn it on and show how that works. So you see little edit buttons that come by everything. So if you wanted to change this title, for example, you would click here, click Edit Settings, and you could take something out, put something back in. You make whatever changes you want. You can include links to other things. You can include videos. So you can make the changes you want. And I'm not going to show you how to do all that right now. I just want to walk you through the basics of how to use it. But you can change things and then click Save and Return. So waiting. Okay. So here are some of the tools that I think that you'll probably like with this. Up here it says online users. This is an important box to have if you're teaching a completely online course, because then when students log in, they can see other people who have logged in and they know that they're not alone, and they can chat with each other if they want. Always have the syllabus up at the top, and I like saying start here for things like that because it helps direct the student's focus there. If you click on the syllabus, you'll see a list of the teachers. You can have the teachers and the expectations, the typical syllabus stuff. And so right now you're on the Start Here syllabus. I want to go back to the main page, so I'll go back to Middle School Art Online. The announcements forum is important. It's like a mass email tool for your students. So anytime you hit add a new discussion topic for your announcements, it will send an email to all the students. So it's nice for that, and every time you do this, all the emails or all the messages you sent out will be listed here. So you don't have to use that often, but if you need to, it's a nice setup. The checklist is for students. And you don't have to do anything with this as a teacher if it's in place, but it will list all the assignments for the course. It tells the date of the assignment, and when students do it, they can click it off and see that they are progressing through the course, And it gives them a nice little visual cue of how much they have left to do. So that's good for the students. Let's see. I'm going back down. I always insert a little video if it's a completely online course to just tell them how to use the site. So this video explains how to use Moodle from a student's point of view. And then there's a chat room. And now this is really good for online teaching because students can go to it anytime. They can click to enter the chat now, or the more accessible interface is what I'll demonstrate here. You can send a message, and it'll show all the messages that have been given before. But you type in a message, submit it, and as soon as you do, it's just like a chat in Google Meet or something like that. Anyone can see it, and you should have the settings saved. So you can go over here to settings if you need to. This one's already set up, but have the settings so that students can go back and see all the previous chats. That way, if a student has a quick question, they can use this as a way to just ask a little question, and you'll see that there's a message. You go in and respond, and it's like a WhatsApp or Messenger or something like that for keeping track of long streams of messages. The one thing I don't like about the chat room is it doesn't automatically update. So if you have it open, you have to click on refresh. Let's see if I can demonstrate that. So if you have it open, let's see. You have to click on refresh here to see new messages. It doesn't automatically show you the new messages that come in. Okay. So moving over here to the side, you see the calendar. Now if this is here, already installed, you don't have to do anything with this. This is for the students, and they can go here and see the assignments for the day. So it shows them everything coming up, and kind of like the checklist. The checklist and calendar are both ways for the students to keep organized and see what they have to do. Now we're digging down into content. So this is a middle school art course for multimedia art. So we took the basic idea of the different aspects of art that are common for all art, like lines, shapes, forms, texture, volume, light, and space. So we took those as the main organizing principles here. And just for the sake of ease of clearing, I'm going to turn editing off so you don't see all these edit buttons. And this is what it'll look like for the students. So as the students go through, if they've done this, they can click it and see that they've done it and keep track of their progress. So for the teacher, you can go in here, and I put in a little link to a Google Form survey here so that you can get to know the students and see why they're taking the course. Then there's this. This is actually the first content. So you have line and perspective. So this is a middle school class, so we're looking at very little reading. Middle schoolers tend to tune off their reading after about 200 words online, I think. But there's a link to a website here about the 7 principles of art. So students should be able to look at this and read about what the different principles of art mean. And that's what they're going to be learning all through the course. Then there are several videos to talk about how to draw things. And art's easy for this because it can walk through step by step, and students can pause it, or they can click over here on the YouTube button and open it in a new YouTube video. And your students probably know how to do this already. If they go to YouTube, they can click on closed caption. They can closed caption it and control the speed of it, so they have that freedom if they want to do it. So there, for each class, there's about 15 to 25 minutes of videos. This first one has more videos than most, but the students can watch it. They can pause at any time, and then when they're done, there are instructions for what to do. So start out by making a Google slide file. Most middle schoolers know how to use Google Slides. If they don't, they'll ask you and send them help for that. They make a copy of the slides, and this will be the portfolio that holds all their art for the class. So this is important for Moodle. Moodle and Google don't like each other very much. So with Google, you have to always set the share settings for your documents or slides or anything so that others can watch it. This way, since they'll have one portfolio that will last the whole course, they only have to change the share settings once. And then they can go through the course. Each lesson has a get ready, or each lesson has the same format. You'll have the goal, start with the goal, then some videos for instruction, a section called Getting Ready that talks about what they have to do before they begin the challenge. And then there will be a challenge that tells them the drawing that they're supposed to do, or the art they're supposed to produce during the week. And it says, like for this, I want them not only to draw several pictures, take a picture of it, and put it in the slideshow that they share with us. And then at the bottom of the slideshow, tell us about it. Tell us the standard things artists tell about a picture. What's the size, what's the media, and some explanation of what it means. Down here, there's always a deadline to post their work, and I just made the deadline always Friday. And then a deadline to comment on the work of others, and that's always Monday. So there are only 2 times a week when students have to check in to class. And actually, they don't even have to do it that day. They could do it at a different time, but basically, for teachers, every Friday and every Monday, that's when students should have their work in. So you can grade it during that time. Now, here's, for grading, it's very easy within Moodle to integrate scoring rubrics and things like that. So for this, let's say you have 20 students and they all have added their discussion topics and put all their work here. And then if they all comment on each other, it's really hard to go through and grade a long list of questions and answers or posts and responses. So what you do is, if you're the teacher, click on Grade Users. And let's see, I'll just choose myself for this. So this is set up as a competency-based course, so pass-fail, and a 2 is your standard for this. So a 2 means pass. So let's say I communicated well, my writing was clear, got it, but not great, got a 2. Critical thinking. So I showed that I was thoughtful in the assignment. Let's say a 2 for that. Creative problem solving. Oh, let's say that I showed evidence that I was being very creative with that. And care, I followed all the instructions perfectly, because I'm such a great student. And then competency means, am I showing that I really took the assignment seriously and am developing in this? So for this, a 7 is, or no, sorry, a 6 is SAS, the lowest satisfactory score. So let's say I did an okay job, 8. So you enter all of that. You can write in some comments if you want, like nice shading. I don't know, something like that. Click on Save. And as soon as you do that, the grade is saved in the grade book that I showed you earlier. So you can go back there and see the students, and you can see the grades as soon as you hit Save. And yeah, that's that. Let's see. Trying to think of what else I'd like to tell you with this. So, oh yeah, let me go back to give a little bit more overview of the course. Now, if you want to change something, it's not a big deal. Again, just always look for that the little symbol like this. You click on it and click Turn Editing On. And for any assignment that you have, you can turn editing on and change it if you want. For this one, you have assignments every week. If you look at the dates there, every 7 days there's a new assignment. And it ends up with a portfolio. Oh, and the last thing, these want to do lunch things are invitations to synchronous meetings if you want to meet meet in real time. So that's a basic introduction, and hope this helps. Bye.